Hey, 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 ACA. Welcome back to ACA Answers. My name is Brooks, and today, for this episode, we have Mr. Dennis with us. And Dennis is a crucial part to our enrollment team. He's one of our directors. And Dennis, today we're going to be talking about timeshare myths versus reality. So I have a few questions I'm going to run by you. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Love to say it.
Awesome. So the first question that I have for you is what are the most common misconceptions people have about owning a timeshare?
One, that it's an investment. They think by buying a timeshare, it's an investment, but in reality, it's a liability. An investment is something you can sell, something that's going to gain value in time. And a timeshare only goes down in value. You can't sell it. And every time you're told that it's an investment, you got to understand that it's a liability.
So these things never ever have a chance of increasing in value, or you're never going to see a return on your original purchase price, is what you're saying.
I mean, never is a strong word. I don't like to say never, but the majority of the people that I speak to on a daily basis are sold the fact that their timeshare is an investment and it's a liability. They lose money. Not only do they lose money, they can't even use it the way they were supposed to use it. It's like buying a gym membership that you can never get in, and the people at the gym told you that it's going to go up in value. The only time your gym membership is valuable is if you use it. Now, think about owning a gym membership and the doors are locked. That's pretty much the way I look at a timeshare. And based on what my clients and the people that I speak to every day, that's what they tell me as well.
So basically, I own a timeshare because I have a gym membership that I don't use.
Yes,
Wow,
exactly.
that's a shame. I'm going to have to do something about that. Thank you
We
for.
can help you. We take people out of timeshares every day. That's what you can do about it.
So maybe you can cancel my gym membership.
I'd love to.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for answering that. Now, the next question I have for you is why is it so hard to either sell your timeshare or cancel your timeshare?
Well, you got to understand how timeshares are bought. Timeshares are bought with some type of incentive. So if I'm going to buy a timeshare, usually the timeshare developer gives me some reason to go to the timeshare presentation, whether it's a free couple night stay, a gift card, or something like that. They lure me into this presentation. Then they have very, very high pressured, tremendously talented salespeople shove this timeshare down your throat. That's how timeshares are sold. Now, let me ask you, how are you going to do that with yours? Are you going to invite whoever is going to buy that timeshare over to your house for the next 3 days?
Like a bed and
And
breakfast.
like a bed, exactly, and have your wife and you spend 6 hours shoving it down their throat and hope for the best? No, you can't do that.
Might go to jail.
You might go to jail, at least kidnapping charge
Right.
maybe, but
Can't be
you
legal.
you can't sell timeshares the way timeshares are sold. So
Right.
therefore, you buy this timeshare and you think once again you've got an asset that can be sold, but unless you're a timeshare developer that is going to offer you an incentive to sit down for a minimum of 90 minutes, and we all know it takes hours, and you're having three, four, five people that are trained to sell you a timeshare, that's the only way they're sold.
Right.
So trying to sell a timeshare, if you're not the developer, doesn't exist.
All right. So we can't sell one. We can't sell one. We don't have any good incentives to offer potential timeshare buyers to come into our homes to buy one. So then what makes canceling a timeshare so difficult, Dennis?
Well, the waters are filled with sharks, unfortunately. And there's a lot of bad people out there. There's a lot of people that are fly by nights. They only care about getting your money. There's a lot of people that set up shell companies. They may look great on the Better Business Bureau, but they'll have no reviews. They'll be open for years, but they won't have any reviews, or all their reviews will be within the last 24 months or the last 12 months, like they didn't do business for the last 5 years they've been open.
Right.
And the good thing about us at the ACA Group, we have been in business for going on 6 years in October. We've got an excellent reputation, and our reviews start from day one. We're accredited with the Better Business Bureau, and we're actually recommended by the Better Business Bureau. And it's not just the Better Business Bureau, it's our clients are willing to give testimonials that we got them out of timeshares. So the problem with the industry right now is not that you can't get out of a timeshare, it's who you use. And my suggestion, if you're going against multi-billion-dollar companies like the resorts, you should have attorneys that are experienced and understand who they're going up against.
Yeah, you definitely want, the attorneys with the best reputation. I've even heard it before, like the Johnny Cochrans of timeshare exit is really what you should be looking for. Now, you'd mentioned something, and I just wanted to touch on that in regards to actual clients paying other companies in the past to cancel. I have a belief that we've helped quite a few people that have paid companies in the past get out of their timeshare. Have you come across any of those clients, Dennis?
All day long. Like I said, unfortunately, people are going to take a bite at the lowest hanging fruit. It's just human nature. So they're going to go for the people that charge the least amount of money because, first of all, they're going to want to try to sell it because they were sold on the fact that it was an investment. So a lot of the people that we speak to have been down the sales rabbit hole and unfortunately been taken advantage of in a very bad way. Then after that, they're looking for the cheapest solution because at that stage of the game, they know they're not getting money back. So if they can't get money back for this investment that's really a liability, they're going to look for the cheapest solution. And I compare it to finding the cheapest doctor. I compare it to unfortunately, you got to go under the knife, say for a open heart surgery. Are you going to look for the cheapest cardiologist? Of course not. But you're going to search out the cardiologist with the best reputation. Unfortunately, the ones that I've spoke to, they sought out the cheapest cardiologist and they wonder why they got a botched surgery. And that's an analogy, but let me make sense of that. They seeked out the cheapest service to get them out of this timeshare, and they wonder why they still got a timeshare. We're not the most expensive game in town. I'll be the first to admit that, but we're not the cheapest either. But you get what you pay for with the ACA Group.
And to finish it off, those clients that paid these lower price timeshare exit firms, and sometimes even paid more than what they actually paid us, we've actually seen them go from being a timeshare owner and then signing up with us and getting out of their timeshare. We've seen quite a few of those. Would you agree?
Absolutely. We see it every day.
Thank you very much for answering that question. And Dennis, the last question that I have for you is what do you think? What do you think people wish that they knew before they signed that timeshare contract?
That it wasn't a liability, or that it was a liability and not an investment. If the timeshares were sold straight and honest, like I like to be treated and like we treat people at the AC Group, they could still do business. Gym memberships do business. Liabilities do business. I own a lot of liabilities. I'm a fan of Netflix. I'm a fan of streaming. All those things I pay when I use, but I can't turn around and sell them. I'm not going to invest them. If these timeshare developers were just honest with their customers, I still believe a lot of customers would buy their timeshares as long as they knew what to expect. The problem we run into is most of our clients have no idea what to expect. And, they were not properly informed. And that's one of the things that you have a right. You have a right to be properly informed. And unfortunately, they weren't properly informed and they signed a lifelong agreement, a generational agreement, because it goes on to your kids, and they weren't properly informed. I firmly believe had they been properly informed and had it been sold in an honest way, the timeshare industry would still be able to do business, good business, and that have satisfied customers.
And they wouldn't need us, They
Absolutely.
wouldn't need a company like us. In regards to that, like you mentioned, liabilities, like a gym membership, right? I know that I can at least show up to the gym, right? I could show up to the gym and I'm going to be able to use it. And I would say probably one of the biggest complaints that we get from consumers is that they're not able to actually utilize their timeshare.
So let me ask you a question. How would you feel if I sold you a gym membership, told you it was the greatest gym membership in the world with unlimited access, and the first time you went to use it, the doors were locked? How would that make you feel?
That'd make me feel like I got scammed, number one. And number two, I'd like to figure out how do I get my money back for the gym membership?
And I told you not only could you not get your money back, but that gymbership, when you pass on, is going to go to your kids. And you basically have a blank check that you signed to that gymbership, that gym membership, that I can take and charge as much as I want on a yearly basis. Because with a timeshare, your maintenance fees can go up at their discretion. So you basically handed them over a blank check that you signed the bottom of it, and you allow them to put in whatever number they wish every single year. How would you like it if I sold you a gym membership like that?
I don't think I'd like it very much.
And I'm not the one to be asking the questions. I'm sorry for taking your job, but I just know what
It's a great question.
everybody tells me on a daily basis. I hear this all day long. And I used to sell gym memberships. So after selling gym memberships, I kind of compare it, but I never sold gym memberships as an investment to the gym.
Right.
You were a member of the gym, you weren't an owner of the gym. And that's the major discrepancy between
Right.
timeshare owners and gym members. You're a member of the gym, you can use the gym, and when you quit paying, you no longer have a gym membership. You never ever can get out of a timeshare ownership unless you find a good company like ours with attorneys that know how to go up against these timeshare developers, and more importantly, are willing to go up against these timeshare developments and are experienced at going up against these developers.
And on top of that, not only do you have the best attorneys in the industry, not only do you have the best customer service in the industry, we then go ahead and we also slap on a 100% money back guarantee along with the guaranteed time frame. So you basically have everything you need to feel assured that if you hire ACA Group, that you're going to get out of your timeshare. And if you don't, which you'd probably be the first in company history, then you know you're going to get 100% of your money back. So truly a riskless investment.
And a company that has been doing it for the last 6 years with a proven track record, with people actually given positive testimonials, true, real, honest people telling us and everybody else not only they're satisfied with their experience, but they no longer own a timeshare. And do you know what that means? Their kids no longer own a timeshare, and their kids no longer own a timeshare.
Freedom.
Absolutely.
Freedom. So just to kind of wrap this up and really just hit back on that point, you would say, or I'm going to take from what you've said, basically the biggest thing that a consumer probably wish they knew was just the true facts of what it was going to be like to own a timeshare, exactly what they were buying.
Absolutely. And that's what we try to do on every phone call. Our job is to get you qualified. Our job isn't to sell a service. We get a person qualified. We make sure our attorneys can take on their case, and then we lay out the facts in front of them. We tell them exactly how long it's going to take, what it's going to cost, and we let them make the decision. If the developers did the same thing, they would, I feel, be able to sell just as many timeshares, and we would be out of business.
And you know what? I would be okay with that because at the end of the day, it's what's best for the consumer. And this is why we do what we do at ACA Group.
Absolutely. I don't like to see anybody taken advantage of. And we've come across people every single day that search us for help. And every single one that I've spoken to personally use those exact same words. I've been taken advantage of. I've been scammed. I've been stolen from. I don't like to hear that.
No, no. Well, Dennis, thank you so much for coming on the show and enlightening us on some of these questions that we have. And thank you so much for your time.
The pleasure's been all mine.
Thank you.